Hi guys, welcome back to the BubblyPetz channel. I'm Isla. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I bought a frog at a grocery store. Okay, let's go take a look at him. So here is my frog, and this is his tank setup. Like a few months ago, I went to this grocery store and they had some live animals for sale for eating purposes, but so they had these frogs. And I saw them and they were just so cute, like I just had to get one. And later on I was researching and I was seeing to find out what kind of species he was. And I'm pretty sure he's an American bullfrog. So here's his setup. I have a water dish in there for him, and most of it's land here because he also shares this tank with my tortoise. This is a 40-gallon breeder tank. And I just have two lights. One is a UVB one and one's a UVA. And then I got a temperature gauge and hygrometer back there. And just that random plant I planted there. I don't know, it's not doing too well, but it's okay. But basically I set it up to look like a woodland type of enclosure because where I'm from, American bullfrogs do live around here. So I tried to replicate that habitat. So when I first got my frog, he was smaller than this. He was a lot skinnier. Now he's filled out. So what I feed him basically is like a mix of insects, like hissing cockroaches. Usually I feed him the larger ones, like the adults, because those are big and he has easier time catching them. Sometimes crickets, though I see that he has difficulty catching them because they're fast and small. I fed him fish in the past, mice. Mainly though, he eats cockroaches. He's a very voracious eater. Like, he will attack things if they're small enough and he'll eat them. So if you have a bullfrog, you probably will not want to house them with any other reptile or amphibian that's smaller and can fit into their mouth. My turtle is larger than him and they get along fine and he's never tried to attack her. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also turn on the notification bell if you don't want to miss any future uploads from me about animal care. In this enclosure, before I had this frog, I had an African bullfrog or a pixie frog who lived in here. He's now moved to another enclosure, but that frog was not as quick to bite and like eat things. Not like this frog, it's different how they feed. And so I had some anoles that shared the enclosure with them. And I had a whole bunch of stuff set up at the top, like branches and bridges and stuff that they could climb on. But when I got this frog and had him in here, it was a while that the anoles were fine, they were surviving. But he caught one of my anoles. It was like a green anole. He caught it. He jumped up and grabbed it off the top of the screen and he ate it, which was very unfortunate. He also managed to get my other anole. So guys, don't make the same mistake as me. Don't house any smaller creatures in here that you don't want to get eaten. That's my hygrometer / thermometer reader. And basically right now it's at 50% humidity and then around 80 degrees in there. He seems to do fine with that temperature and humidity range, but every day I also use a spray bottle and I just mist the tank twice a day with dechlorinated water. So depending on when I feed him, which is usually once to twice a week, he will get the water dirty, like he'll poop in it or just like bring leaves and dirt into it. So I have to change his water once a day, and that's usually pretty good to keep it clean. Also, when I got him at the grocery store, he was $7. Pretty cheap, I think, but that's because he was one of those farmed frogs raised as like livestock, basically. If you guys are wondering how large of an enclosure you should need for these guys, about my enclosure would be fine, I'd say, because he barely moves. He usually just sits in the water. If he does move, it's because there's not enough water or he just wants to like sit somewhere else. But pretty much he's always in the water. Unless you have like an enclosure that's mostly water set up for your frog, then you might want a bigger one so that they have more room to swim. So what do you guys think of him? Would you also buy a frog from a grocery store? Tell me down in the comments below.